This comes up a lot too. Because look, Elizabeth was terrible in the kitchen to start. She's a little better now. And I think I've done a couple movies for Hallmark at this point where my character is hopeless in the kitchen. So I am a decent cook. I'm not amazing. I don't love following recipes, so I kind of get creative in the kitchen, which can lead to some really cool dishes or some really terrible ones. But I am a pretty decent baker. Something the Hearties might not know about me, as far as roles that I would like to play, I have always had a real passion for improv and sketch comedy. Getting to do more physical comedy or character-based comedy would be something that would really interest me in the future. I remember as a little girl, we went to a public pool. They had the standard diving board and then the high dive. And I thought, oh, this is the summer for it. I'm gonna conquer my fear. And there was a long lineup for the high dive, and I waited. And I started climbing the ladder, and I got about halfway, 2/3 of the way up, and I just froze. It was that fear that paralyzes you. And I just couldn't go any further. And there's a whole line of people waiting to go off the high dive. Luckily, my knight in shining armor, my dad saw me frozen there like a statue, and he came over and rescued me from the big, bad, scary high dive. So I was born in Philadelphia. I lived there till I was like 7. We moved to South Florida. I lived there until I graduated high school. Then I moved to New York. Then I moved to LA. I spent a lot of time here. So I've kind of bounced around a lot. And I feel like as a result, traditions have kind of changed. Like inner tube down the snow-covered hills in Valley Forge Park. We would go sledding a lot and building snowmen with my cousins, things like that. In Florida, it was driving around with my family and looking at the Christmas lights, and it was a palm tree kind of season. I definitely have a sense of community there. I have friends there, but I'm still really learning the city and creating my traditions there and figuring out what my favorite restaurants are and, you know, the places where I want to celebrate. I'm sort of continuing to create new ones as I go, I think. I'm a bit of a chameleon. So, like, when I was filming in Charleston, South Carolina, there was a lot of y'all thrown into every sentence. Like, I don't actually say y'all, that's not me, that's not mine. But while I'm here in Canada, everything is sorry, hey? I'm apologizing for everything. And I know women just apologize way too much in general, but in Canada, it's like quadrupled. Sorry.